How are you?
Phil, how you doing? What's going on?
Doing very well, man. Very well.
Tell me a bit about yourself. Where you from? What's your story?
Sure thing. So my name is Phil. I'm from Long Island, New York. So pretty much closer to the last guest. He's Pennsylvania. I'm a little more down by the city.
Okay.
27 years old,
Yep.
and I joined the real world, I believe, officially 2 years ago. But then I got out of it. But then the last year is when I really honed into it, signed back up, and really participated.
Okay. So you joined the real world prior to your journey now, and you left, and then you
Yes,
rejoined.
that's correct.
Excellent. And
So
what
I,
what was the reason for
yeah.
rejoining, Phil? That's an interesting subject. What's the reason for rejoining?
Sure. So when I first signed up for it, it's when I moved back here. I was down in South Carolina for a bit, but I moved back here and I was pretty much broke 2 years ago. And I was like, all right, I'll sign up for this, see what it's about. And I liked it. And then you get back into normal life again. You start working 9 to 5, and you say, oh, well, you know what? I don't know. I don't have time for this. So I got out of it. But then I'm like, you know what? I really want to give it another shot and really look more into it and actually try it. So I signed back up, and that's the time where I took it seriously and really took it for what it was, and really as a learning platform, and really participated. It's been a good choice.
So, what campus did you join when you come around the second time, and why did you join that campus? What was the reason for you joining that campus?
Sure. So when I first started, I joined the Business Mastery Campus, and at the time, I was managing a commercial glass company. So I figured I always loved businesses. I always had like smaller businesses here and there. A lot of them failed, and I was like, that's what I was interested in. So it resonated with me. I watched all Orno's courses, everything from the sales to the marketing end of things. And that was kind of my first, dipping my toes into the water with the real world. And I finished everything with that, and then started getting results. Honestly, it was more action based, I feel like, with Orno's course, and it really got me, going.
So he helped you in terms of growing what you do in everyday life. Is that what you're saying? And in terms of how has he helped you grow what you do? Tell us a bit about that, because I think people will be interested in hearing how Arno has helped you grow as an individual and in terms of business sense.
Sure. So at the time when I was still working at that company, everything I was learning through the course, I started applying it. So, for example, if I was doing any sales or running my team, started applying the principles he was teaching. And I'm like, oh wow, these things are actually starting to work. Not
Hmm.
that I didn't know a lot of this stuff, but he kind of put it back into my brain, but more of a digestible way and more direct, you know.
Yeah. So he
And
taught you in a
so
way that
kept on
you
doing
understand. Is that what you're saying?
exactly like
Hmm.
talking like a human, not out of a
Yeah.
book, just and
Yeah.
then that started working. And then from there, it kind of just inspired me to go for more and more. And then wound up leaving that position to a district manager position in like a tech and warehousing company.
Wow.
And then that was a whole nother realm of income, which increased my income tenfold. All along the
Hmm.
way, I was also starting my agency. So it went hand in hand. So that started increasing my income, also just bettering me as a person. Along the way, too, I was always doing the Heroes Year, listening to Luke. That was motivational things. I would listen to it on the way to work. Then I joined the copywriting campus, which that
Yep.
really helped me in terms of my copy and my marketing and more in-depth stuff. And kind of synergistically, all of them combined just really
The,
helped
the
me in a
copywriting
way that
campus is Dylan, correct?
no, that would be Andrew.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't, I know a few of the professors. I know Dylan. I know Arno. I know a few of the other guys, but I
Yeah.
don't know everyone, which is why I'm here to ask you the questions.
Yeah. Of course.
And what is it that
Yeah.
So you said you were part of the Heroes Year. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And what made you jump from like a monthly subscription to signing up for the Heroes Year? What was the reason for doing that?
Really, I just wanted to put myself accountable, just do a commitment. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to commit to this for a year and I'll see how it goes. If it
Mhm.
works, great. If it doesn't work, then, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go for the whole year and really, take it
Knuckle
serious.
down. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
That's good, and it's helped you like socially as well in terms of speaking to people in business and that aspect of this, not just in terms of results, but in terms of your social aspect too.
Yes. What it basically did was awaken a part of me that was dormant. It's funny, I was naturally very into the same values that everything that you guys teach. And then for
Hmm.
a while, the world has its way with you. And then I kind
Yeah.
of, you get convinced otherwise. And then kind of was laying dormant, but I still had all the same ideas. It kind of awakened my old self, improved it. Really, a lot of just the
So it's
methods of
made you
just,
stronger as a
waking up.
person, right? It's made you stronger,
Definitely.
is what you're saying. Yeah.
Definitely.
And in the
Definitely.
social aspect of things, have you met any people in the campuses that you regularly communicate with now that isn't just the professors?
Yes. Yes. Quite often. In fact, one of them, we wound up teaming up on a few projects, spitting
Hmm.
ideas out to each other. And that's really the best part, I feel, and it might be underutilized with some people. It's not just the courses, it's the fact of a brotherhood. And it's people that are all on the same path, and you could ask questions, you could network with people through the campuses. And what you guys' thoughts on this? Oh, you know what? Can you help me with this? I'll help you with this. And it's a
Hmm.
brotherhood more so than anything.
So in terms of value, a lot of people were very hard to part with their money because, they people work hard for their money, right? And they're scared to part with it for things they don't
Mm.
know about. What would you say the real world is in terms of value for you?
Sure. So when I first gave the $50 the first month, to be honest, my thinking was I go out on a Friday, Saturday night and I blow a couple hundred.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, what's $50
Hmm.
if it has at least the potential to turn into something? So I said, you know what? Screw it. Part of my language. I said, screw it. I did it for it. And the value, once you put your money into it, the value has just been tenfold. Honestly, it took me from a position where I was making around $50,000 a year. It took me way into six figures on just my W-2 job, along with my own agency producing $5,000 to $10,000 on top of that monthly. It's took me out of my old car. It's got me the new car I'm in right now. It's made me be able to travel, made me be able to go out to the dinners I want, hang out with the people I want. It gives you to a better circle of people, help the people you want, family, friends, and otherwise. And $50, honestly, was the best investment anyone could make.
So you've doubled your income just from knowing, from being in the business
I
campus
would
and
say close to, yeah, definitely
yeah,
double to
close to
even
tripling. Were
triple it.
you gonna say? That's
Yes.
crazy, bro. And do you know what? I'm really happy to hear it. Honestly, I'm really happy for you, bro.
Thank
I'm
you.
really, it's nice to see people who will take that step and apply themselves, and then you see the results at the end. It's honestly, it's really admiring to see. And you might not give yourself the credit that you deserve because you're an inspiration to a lot of people who need to hear that. So yeah, kudos to you, bro. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
So what
Appreciate
is
it.
it exactly you do in business, if you don't mind me asking? You said about the is it window stuff or what do you do?
Oh,
What is
so
it?
well, now that was my previous job.
Okay, so what do you do
So
now?
yep. So the new job, we actually do all warehouse solutions with software and all the machinery, techs, and warehouse builds. So basically, everything you see in a warehouse or a factory, from the racking to the machines to everything that's in that, I sell,
Hmm.
and which is something I never planned on doing. Another thing that the campus kind of inspired me to do, all the different campuses, and like to just go for different opportunities. I went for a job that was a lot higher of a starting income and a lot more
Hmm.
responsibility, but these campuses kind of gave me the inspiration. Let's just go for it. Let's see if I get it. And then I got that.
Okay.
That increased my income. And along with the agency that I was already building with the digital marketing, and it all synergistically helped.
So what skill specifically would you say the business campus has taught you that has helped you the most?
Sales, networking, communication, the marketing aspect of things. Say everything combined.
Really? So you'd say as a whole, you've learned the whole across the whole spectrum of the campus. So
Definitely.
honestly, that's quite impressive, bro. That's quite impressive. But there's nothing that sticks out for you that you would say has helped you the most in terms of your progression, or you'd say as a
Yes,
whole.
there is something. Yeah, I forget what exact module it was. I believe it was through the sales course with Arno. It was flipping the script of when you were doing sales, instead of just trying to get the sale, flip the script as if you're a doctor, asking them their problems, finding the solutions. And then I applied that to everything in life, really. If you just flip the script with everything and show them how you're solving their problem, whether, instead of focusing on trying to get a commission or trying to get a sale and not really knowing what you're really there to do. You're there to solve
Yeah.
problems. That's sales. If you have an
Yeah.
issue, here's the solution. And when you find that and find out how you actually give the value, the world just brings you to the money. The money's the afterthought. Don't think about the
Of
money.
course.
You find out how to do the solution, the money comes.
So they've helped you grow massively. So if you were to recommend which package for someone who was maybe thinking of joining the real world, if you were to recommend a package for them to buy, which would it be? Would it be a monthly subscription? Would it be the Heroes Year, or would it be the Champions? What would you recommend?
I would say to definitely start out with the hero's year and give yourself the commitment. Give it a year. And it's
Hmm.
$50 a month. To some people that might be a lot, to some people that might be a little. But for $50 a month, you can completely transform yourself. Give yourself the commitment of 1 year. Give yourself that time period and really just focus and hone in on it. And the hero's year too, the Luke lessons. Honestly, it's almost like divine intervention. There's some mornings I put it on to listen to,
Yeah.
Luke lesson. I'm like, holy shit, wow. I was just thinking about this in my head. I'm going through this now. Oh, certain things that are stressing you out, or this or that, and there's everything that you have a question about. You can bet your bottom dollar there's an answer in one of the campuses.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, in terms of a brotherhood, would you say that you've met like-minded people that you feel that you can reach out to for advice, and reach out to maybe do business with, in the future?
Definitely. I mean, currently, right now, for the last 6, 7 months, I've been teamed up with somebody that I met through the real world. He does more so of the automation side. He does the
Hmm.
automation side of things, and we teamed up to help each other, and I help him with the marketing and sales end of things. So
So
yeah, I would have
you're
never
helping
met
each
that
other.
individual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's what it's about. It's about finding like-minded people that you can help, and also they can help you too. You bring different things to the table, and once you meet these people, you can become a force, and it's great to see, bro. And I think that's what the real world has to offer. Would you agree?
100%.
Hmm. So what's next for you, bro? What's next for you?
Well, the next steps right now is I got myself out of all of my debt. I got a toy, got the car, got a bike, got an apartment. Next step is I want to be completely remote within the year. So I want to scale up my agency, my side
Hmm.
business, make it my real business, be able to leave my 9 to 5, even though it's very lucrative. Ideally, I want to be traveling, working remotely, spend a month in France, spend a month in Greece, go to Asia, do the traveling, do the things I want to do. Because with today's day and age, there is no reason you have to chain yourself down into one place. And I've realized with my agency, every single sale I made was through Zoom calls, through
Yeah,
Teams calls. I didn't
yeah.
even meet them. Stripe, you get the money right from Stripe. You every meeting. So that's my future. Invest everything throughout crypto, scale up my agency, and be completely remote within the year. That's where I want to be.
Nice, nice. And have you made money on crypto through the real world as well?
I have, yes. I haven't.
Mhm.
I will be honest. Didn't really. I just signed up for the course that you guys offer. I did it
Mhm.
more so myself, but based
Okay,
upon
no, fair
our
enough.
last guest and what he was saying, yeah, based on what he is saying and other people, I'm really looking forward to see what methods that you guys have, and I'm very excited.
Nice, bro. Nice. No, listen, it's lovely to hear your journey, and you know, I want to see more in the future, bro. I want to hear about your progress as time goes on in the real world. Because
Definitely.
listen, that's what
Yeah.
motivates me to encourage people to join the real world. Is because you know you have a lot of people, trolls online, and people online who will say that maybe it's a scam, and then you know, because there are a lot of scam courses out there, and I have seen them.
Of
I
course.
myself would never promote a scam. But to see people like you is living proof that this works, this method works, and there's people, you know, professors, and there's people like Luke who can mentor you into becoming who you want to be and doing business the right way. And you know, it's great to speak to people like yourself. It's very enlightening. So, no, honestly, mate, I'm really, really chuffed for you, and I hope that you know you keep growing and you keep smashing your goals, bro. It's great to see.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, listen,
Appreciate it.
it's lovely to speak to you, and you know, I wish you all the best, and hopefully we catch up soon.
Sounds good. We'll have a beer one day when I make my way out there.
Well, I don't know if you Americans can drink like us, but I'm willing to give you a go, bro. Yeah.
All righty.
Take care, brother. It's lovely to hear from you. All the best.
You as well.
Bye, brother.
All righty.